Hello and welcome, dear listeners. I'm excited to have you here with me for another episode. Today, we are diving into a fascinating and honestly a little mind bending topic, the placebo effect. Let me set the scene. You have a terrible headache. You go to your doctor. They give you a pill. You take it and the pain goes away. But here is the twist. That pill was just sugar, no medicine, nothing active. And yet you felt better. That's the placebo effect. Today we'll talk about what it is, how it works, how it's used in medicine, and why belief can sometimes be just as powerful as biology. Let's get started. So, what is a placebo? In simple terms, it's a fake treatment, a sugar pill, a saline injection, even a pretend surgery that contains no active medical ingredients. But here is the magic. If the person believes it's real, they may start to feel better. Not because of the treatment itself, but because of the expectation that it will help. That belief can trigger a real response in the body, and that response is what we call the placebo effect. Alright, but how does this actually happen? Scientists are still figuring out, but there are a few strong theories. One is that the brain starts releasing natural painkillers, endorphins. Another is that stress levels drop when we believe we are being treated, which helps the body relax and heal. Sometimes the way we perceive our symptoms changes. The same pain might not disappear, but it might now feel more like a dull ache instead of sharp stab. There is even a theory called remembered wellness, where the brain recalls how things felt before the illness and tries to return the body to that state. Let's shift to the scientific side of things. Placebos are a crucial part of the medical research, especially in clinical drugs trials. Here's how it works. One group of people gets the real treatment. The other group gets a placebo. Nobody knows who got what, not even the researchers. This is called a double-blind study. Then the results are compared. If the real drug works better than the placebo, it's considered effective. But here's the twists. Studies show that up to 1/3 of people taking a placebo still feel better. That's why it's so important to test treatment this way, to separate real medical effects from psychological ones. Now, here is where things get tricky, ethically speaking. Is it okay to give someone a fake treatment and not tell them, even if it helps them feel better? That's a real debate in the medical world. Then there is the nocebo effect, the darker flip side of the placebo. This happens when someone expects side effects and then experiences them. Headaches, nausea, fatigue are caused by negative expectations, even if there is no real medicine involved. So, yes, our expectations can heal us, but they can also hurt us. One of the most interesting developments in recent years is the open-label placebo. That's when doctors tell patients, this is a placebo. It has no active medicine, but it might still help. And guess what? People still report improvements. Because it's not just the pill, it's the ritual. Opening the bottle, swallowing the tablet, feeling like you are doing something to help yourself, that matters. Even things like yoga, meditation, or eating healthier can trigger the same mental effect. When your brain believes you're healing, your body often follows. So, what have we learned today? The placebo effect is not just a medical curiosity. It's proof of how powerful the connection is between mind and body. It shows us that belief, hope, and care can be as impactful as any pill. Sometimes healing begins not with a prescription, but with the expectation of getting better. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share, subscribe, or leave a comment. Until next time, stay curious, stay well, and take care of both your mind and your body. See you soon.